All right. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good night. Let me get everybody tagged. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning coming in. And so I went live a few minutes early in case we lose power, which, if you guys know the last 2 weeks we've had here, oops, that would not surprise you one bit if that happens. Hi, Judy. So, like I said, I went live a few minutes early, in just so in case we do lose power or we lose internet, because it's just starting here. I know in Illinois, everyone's had kind of a rainy, uh, gloomy, gray last few days as well. My mom's not going to be joining us. She has a Mary Kay party tonight. So I told her that would be fine. That would be acceptable excused absence. She doesn't have to be here with us tonight. I am fighting a sinus infection. So, our Mary Kay consultants, we have our Tuesday night meetings. We have Tuesday night virtual meetings. And then we have our Thursday night parties. So Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, if you're a Mary Kay consultant, that's when we're virtual. Well, I was so sick Tuesday. I could not do the meeting. And so I apologize to our consultants. I'm sorry I wasn't with you guys. I hate doing that. I hate missing. I hate not being live with everybody, especially when I say I'm going to be live. That really bothers me. All right, let me know if you're watching. Okay, hi, Marlene. Hello. Because I want to make sure I can see the comments. And my mom said, she's like, I'm still struggling. Today was the first day I was like back up. I had to go to the eye doctor. I went to the rescue, but it took a lot out of me. And I passed out this afternoon. And my mom said, you don't have to do Thursday night. Everyone will understand. And I know you guys will understand. But I just don't like to do that. I feel like I made a commitment to be here with you guys on Thursday night. And I'm so thankful for those of you. We have such a nice group of ladies that show up on Thursday nights. Sometimes you have to catch the replay, and I get that. But I love our community, and I hope you feel the same way, that we all come together on Thursday nights. And I know we're virtual, and you see me on the screen and sometimes other consultants, but I feel like we have such a nice community of ladies, and you guys mean a lot to me. And so I don't like to not show up when I say I'm going to be there. So here we are. Here we are on Thursday night. I did want to ask everybody. So again, if you're watching the live or if you're watching the replay, so with this sinus thing that I have going on, it is so bad in this ear. Like, I feel like my ear is out here. It feels really big on my head, and I feel like I'm talking underwater. And so does anybody? I have been trying to massage this. I've been doing like compresses. I've gone to the medical manipulation doctor where they do the whole like sinus drainage thing, which I do think that's helped. But I feel like that eustachian tube is like really, really plugged right here. And I know when sometimes I can feel like it's gonna pop and it starts hurting really bad, but it doesn't. And with this thunderstorm came in, like I felt a little bit of relief, and then it got worse. So I'm asking this wonderful group of amazing women, does anybody have any tips on how I can get this ear to finally unclog? And so it's driving me crazy. Like, again, I feel like it's out here. I feel like I'm talking underwater. It's driving me nuts. I can hear myself echoing in my head. Okay. So if anybody has any tips, please put them in the comments. I would love, love, love to hear that. All right, let's get this party started. Here we go. 12 makeup brushes every girl needs. Here we are tonight. And then next Thursday night is going to be Melt Proof Your Makeup. So these three next week, all of these kind of go together in one big class, because we're talking about foundations, we're talking about your tools, and we're talking about ways to keep your makeup on longer. So if you feel like I need to have a little bit more questions, go back and watch our foundation party. Tonight's party is pretty quick and simple, which I'm kind of glad, because I don't want to lose power or internet. So go back and watch last Thursday's our All About the Base Foundation class, because these two parties really go well together, and then next week's kind of seals it all up in a nice little bow. Now, since I was sick, we did not do a comment queen or a sold queen. So we're actually going to have two of those. Oops, you hit the wrong button. We're going to have two of those this week. So we're going to stick with the same gift so it's fair for everybody. So our comment queen this week is going to get a free beauty blender, and I'm going to show you how to use that tonight. I think this is one of the products that most people aren't using, and I absolutely love it. So you're going to get a free beauty blender. Remember, our parties start on Monday and on Friday, and so all of your comments. Sorry, I thought I just heard my husband yell. Okay, maybe it was a dog barking. Again, I can't hear anything. Anyways, our parties start on Monday and on Friday, and all your comments count. Every time you comment, it counts. All right, and then our sold queen is going to get a free beauty box tonight. And again, we're doing two sold queens, two comment queens this week. And so you're going to see products you'd like to purchase. When you comment sold, you're going to get entries into the drawing to be our sold queen. And that's going to include the foundation primer and the finishing spray, and $20 will be donated to child advocacy centers. So it's a great, great, great week. Grab your makeup brushes, look through those, and find out which ones that you really need to replace, and get them replaced this week, because it's a great, great week to do that and get in that sold queen drawing with two queens. Okay, again, if you're watching, let me know. For some reason, I think the comments are stalled again because I'm not seeing anyone's comments. Oh my goodness, there's everybody. I don't know why it does that. Hi, Ashley. Hello, hello. Hi, Valerie. Oh, I thought I was there all alone for a while. Hi, Tanya. All right. Hello, guys. If you're just joining us, if you could go back and watch from the beginning, because I asked a question for everybody about my ear. I have a problem going on my ear, and I really need everyone's help. So when we get done, go back and watch the beginning and put it in the comments if you could help me out with that. All right, so let's talk about our May beauty boxes, because we are coming down to the last part of May. We still have 7, 8, 9 days left for you to get your May beauty box, and it's $40. It includes your foundation primer and your finishing spray. And then $20 will be donated to child advocacy centers. So last 9 days for this. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation primer. Now, like I've said before, this is like a screen for your face. This is about how much, I don't know, I probably use a little bit more than that. Use that for about half. So even if you don't wear foundation, you can use this product. It's going to help keep your pores cleaner throughout the day, so you have less of an opportunity of the dirt and oil getting into them. Now, you can put this on all over. I stay away from my forehead because I already have my wrinkle limiter and my wrinkle filler up there. And same thing with this area here. But you can go ahead and put that all over if you would like to. And then it's also going to include your finishing spray. And remember, this finishing spray is not just to keep your makeup on. It helps absorb the oil off of your face all day long. And if you have problem with sweating through different areas of your body, of your clothing, put that finishing spray on and it will stop that from happening. It's really a powerhouse product. And again, you can get both of them right now. Go ahead, comment sold, get 2 entries into the Sold Queen drawing for your May beauty box. It's $40, and you're going to have $20 donated to child advocacy centers. So comment sold for that. We have our May special deals. For every $50 you purchase, you can get 1 item at half price off of your May special deals. Tonight, I'm going to do the green and hazel eye look. You can get that's normally $42. You can get it for just $21. And remember, you can do any colors you want. They have the blue-eyed, the green hazel, and the brown-eyed, but you can do any colors that you want. I always gravitate more towards the plums. I love those colors. And I think they look good on every eye color. All right, so let's start going down the 12 brushes that every girl needs. And the first one we're going to talk about tonight is your mask applicator. If you have your mask applicator, comment mask, okay? Comment mask if you already own your mask applicator. This is like a silicone type brush. It's like a little flipper here. Love that thing. It's only 12. Once you have one, it'll last you your lifetime. You don't need to replace it. You can wash it really easily. Just wash it off with some good soap and water. And you're going to want to use this, especially with your charcoal mask, because our fingertips have oil. And no matter how clean your fingertips are, it's going to break down the product. And the great thing about our charcoal mask is it is activated charcoal. That's what gives it that vacuuming, pulling properties, because that activated charcoal will pull out 100 times its weight of all the impurities out of your pores. So that's why you really need, if you're going to take the time to put your charcoal mask on, take the time to use this. Plus, it's so much cleaner on your fingers. You don't get the charcoal mask under your nails, and get your mask applicator. And so if you don't have either one of these products, I would suggest getting them. Comment sold, because it is a wonderful product to clean out your pores. Look at that. Love it. It makes it so much easier to apply with this guy right here. It's just like you're painting. You don't get it all over yourself. And you can just wash this up really, really quickly and easily. I'm just wiping it off on my washcloth I have here. And it's going to help keep that charcoal really working and vacuuming out and pulling out all those impurities. So you can get this guy by itself for $12. Go ahead, comment sold. Or if you want to go ahead and get the charcoal mask with it, it's just $26. It lasts forever and ever. It's a wonderful value. So here's your first set at $38. So go ahead and comment sold for that. The next brush is, again, like I said in the beginning, last week's party, this week, and next week's party all kind of come in together because we're talking about a lot of the same products. But if after tonight, you have more questions, go back and watch last Thursday's party. and it will hopefully help you and explain a little bit more of some of the products you might see me using that I'm not talking about. But let's talk about foundation application, because that is always a big question. And you can use your finger, but you see here on this picture here, when you use your finger, you're adding oil to the product and you're getting an uneven application. When you use a sponge, you're going to need to order product more often. You're going to go through it faster, and you're going to get less of an application, less product going on your face. Now look at that beautiful liquid foundation brush. Beautiful swipe right there. Ooh, this guy is so worth the $14. Get like 5 of them, so you always have clean ones. Ladies, you are worth 5 foundation brushes. Just comment 5 right now. Again, I'm not seeing your comments. I don't know what's going on with this. Why all of a sudden the last two weeks I haven't been able to see comments unless I go back out and come back in. Hi, Favi. All right. So Ashley and Judy and Favi all have their masking brushes. Deb Wells is with us. Hi, Susan's Eyes. Happy birthday. Oh, that's such a great tip, Favi. Yes, the mask applicator is really good for applying the foundation primer too. Oh, such a great tip. Love that. Thank you, Favi. Good job. Okay, so get yourself at least 5, so that way you always have a clean foundation brush. That's my tip, okay, for you. And because you can see the difference in the application and how amazing our foundation brush is. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my CC cream now. Whoops. I want to apply this with the mask, the charcoal mask I put on the back of my hand. And you can just see how quick and easy. It's just like you're painting. I tell people when I first use it and they're like, I'm not sure how this works. I'm like, just do it just like you're painting a picture. You're just painting it on your face, and it goes on really easy. You don't have to worry about blending because it automatically blends as it's applying the color. It's just the best tool. One of the best, absolute best tools for $14 that you can have is this foundation brush. So comment sold. You need to wash your foundation brush because we are using a liquid with it. You need to wash it as often as you wash your hair. And that's why I said get 5 of them, okay? So wash them up for the week and you're good. You don't have to worry about keeping it clean. But it is important to keep this brush clean because you are using a liquid product with it. I just washed mine before we went live, and I use my Repair Cleanser. I love it. It makes my brushes it conditions my brushes just like it conditions your face. Now you could use the Time Wise bar. Love that too. You could also use Dawn dish soap. It all just depends what works best for you. I like to use just a little bit of my Repair Cleanser, and they clean up, and you just wash them till the water runs clean. And then I'm going to show you, it might be the next slide. Nope, it's not. I'll show you on the slide how you hang them in your bathroom. Okay, so ladies, comment sold for your liquid foundation brush. It is $14. Allows you to build a desired level of coverage even around the curves of your face. Synthetic bristles hold a perfect amount of liquid foundation ranging from light to creamy formulas. Angled flat top allows for the foundation application directly into the brush. The brush shape blends foundation in hard to reach areas of the face. Comment sold. Get 5. You deserve it. All right, let's talk about our contour and highlight brush. Sometimes we call this the toothbrush, okay? And this one is 16, and this is the Mary Kay blending brush. Now, some people like to use this with their foundation. I do not. I don't like the angle. It's a weird angle because that's why we call it the toothbrush, because it's got like an angle of a toothbrush where you can see this foundation brush has like an angle of a paintbrush, right? But what this really is good for, I do like to use it for creamy cheek color. If I'm using a creamy cheek color, it's awesome for that. But again, the highlight and contour sticks. And again, this is the part where I was talking, you might want to go back to last week's, because I really talked to you about how to use your highlight and contour in last week's party. So if you're like, wait a second, what the heck was that she just did? Go back and watch last Tuesday. And you can still get entries for last Tuesday because I was so sick. All right, so here we go. We're just blending this out. You see like how natural it is to blend this? Using the stick right here. Using the stick, I shouldn't call it that. Using this blending brush to do your highlight and contour. It's perfection. It's absolute perfection for this. So it's 16. Again, one of these will last you forever and ever. What I do with this guy, because I just use like for my highlight and contour and cream brush, I use the Mary Kay brush cleaner. I spray it on my paper towel. I always have a paper towel by me when I do my makeup, and then just go back and forth on my paper towel and clean that up. Now, maybe a couple of times a year, I'll go ahead and clean it up real good. But by doing that every time I use it, it keeps it really, really clean. It's like black velvet. It's just perfection. So go ahead and comment sold for the difference that highlight. Look at that. Look at this pudge here. And it's like totally gone here. It's amazing. Go ahead and comment sold for your blending brush. It's again, if you do want to use it for your foundation, you can. It just is going to give you a different way of applying it because of the way the brush is built. So comment sold for your blending brush. And then of course we have our Mary Kay silky setting powder. And there's two ways that you can apply your silky setting powder. The first one is with this blending sponge, sorry. And you're going to get a little bit of the powder in the lid right here. And now this you're going to hold under the water. I did it before we went live. I went in my kitchen, held it underwater, squeezed it 3 times until it grows 3 times its size. That's the only way to use this. Don't take it out of the box and use it dry. You'll hate it, okay? You have to get it damp. Now, obviously it's wrung out, so you don't see water squeezing out of it, so it's damp. And I'm going to pat it in the lid, and then the corner goes in here and gets everything really nice in there. And then, of course, the flat top, you can get the bigger parts of your face with the flat top. Now, our Mary Kay silky setting powder is milled so fine that when it gets on your face and it mixes with your body heat, I'm trying to think what the right word was. I think mine's a little higher right now. For me, it's like when it mixes with your body heat, it actually melts into your skin. And so when you pat it in like this, and then just give it a second, come back with your big fluffy brush, and then just brush off all the excess. And then boom, your makeup is set. You can always do extra layers of your finishing spray, which is what we're going to talk about next week, and melt proof your makeup. But that way it is set. Your powder is set on there. Making sure I don't look too crazy. Okay, good. I'm doing this completely blind without my glasses on. So that is one way. Now, another way you can do it is using our mineral powder foundation brush. Now, they have discontinued this brush, which I think is a travesty. So I just looked before I went live. I have 6 of these. I know my mom has some as well. So if you are, I'm so sorry, I keep missing your comments, you guys. Oh, Deb likes the charcoal mask. That's awesome. If you would like a mineral powder foundation brush, they are $14. Again, we don't have them anymore. You can see the difference in size. It's very similar to your all over, except for it's a little smaller and it doesn't have that rounded tip. But if you're like, I will never use this to put my powder on, then you need this guy. You get it, put the powder in the lid, just like you saw me, and you go around in tiny little circles like this, buffing it into your skin. Okay, so those are the 2 different ways that you can apply your powder to your skin. If you want the mineral powder foundation brush, comment sold. Consultants, I will help you get them because these are discontinued. So they're really, really important. If you want one, get it now while we can still help you to get them. Okay, so let's go back to why we clean your makeup brushes. Dirty brushes, number one, harbor bacteria. Dirty viruses absorb more, I should say brushes. Dirty brushes absorb more product and waste money. I don't know why it says viruses. I did not make this one. I got this from somebody else. Dirty brushes absorb more product and waste money. Dirty brushes cause breakouts, and dirty brushes will break faster. So clean your brushes, ladies. Clean your brushes. So clean daily, clean weekly, daily with our Mary Kay brush cleaner, which again, they've discontinued. So if you want it, get it now. I know most consultants still have this on their shelf. It's freshly just moved over to that list. It's $12. Lasts you forever and ever. I use it constantly. Get your brush cleaner for daily use, and then weekly you can use the Mary Kay cleansers, the Time Waves bar, or Dawn dish soap. Now the drying tip, check that out. So when I wash my foundation brush, you never want to dry your brushes like this, because the water will come in here and then this glue right here will get full of water and then they'll come apart in the middle. All right, so you always want to hang them down. You don't want to lay them flat, because you lay them on the counter then they get misshapen. So you want to hang them like this. So if you see in that picture, that's your towel bar in your bathroom. And so if you take your hair tie, now if you don't have any hair ties, go grab some at the Dollar Tree. You take your hair tie. So I don't know how to, okay. So pretend my towel brush bar is right here. So I'm going to take my hair tie behind it and put this loop through here and then this loop through here. Like that. There we go. Well, I did it. So this is the towel bar, and it's going to hang on my towel bar like this and dry upside down. Okay. Best way to dry your brushes, hands down. You know, I did see somebody do it at a hanger one time. She had a hanger hanging with all of her brushes. So make sure to take care of them. If you do invest in some brushes, our brushes, I think, are very economical. You know, $14 for your foundation brush. Are you kidding me? That's why you could get 5 of them. Keep them clean. It's a good investment, right? It didn't cost you a whole lot in the front, and it's easy to keep track of. So here's our first set, is your brush cleaning set. Get your Mary Kay brush cleaner, which again, limited time, Mary Kay brush cleaner, plus your Time Wise bar, limited time. It's $38 for that set. It'll last you quite a while, and you're going to get a free brush cleaning pad. So go ahead and comment sold for your brush cleaning set. Let me go back out and come back in so I can see your comments. There we go. Hi. All right. Good. Oh, our lights just flickered here. We're just joining us. We have some weather coming in to South Florida. So that's why I went, you got it, Tanya. That's why I went live a little early, because I was worried about the weather and then we might lose power. Again, if you're just doing this, go back and watch the first 5 minutes, because I have a really important question for all of you to help me with my ear. Okay. So please go back and watch that. All right. Now let's talk about what comes in the essential brush collection. So this is your essential brush collection. These 5 brushes right here. It is $60 for these 5. It's going to include the first one at the top of the page is your all over powder brush. Now you will, in my opinion, you need 2 of these. You can get a second one for just $18. One for your translucent powder and one for your bronzers. Just do yourself a favor and get 2 of them, so you don't have muddy, dirty brushes going back and forth between translucent powder and bronzer. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Then you have your cheek brush here. Your cheek brush you can use for powder contours, what you just saw me do with the sticks, which I love those. Watch last Thursday to get those. You can do with your cheek brush here. It has this indent right here. I'll show you in a minute a bigger picture of this, but your cheek brush is angled, so you get perfect placement every time. And then you're going to get 3 eye brushes, your all over shadow brush, your crease brush, and your smudger. Now again, your brush set is $60. Where, come on. There we go. Oh, I thought that was on that page. Okay, I must have got rid of that page. Oh, I skipped it. Here it is. Lord have mercy. Okay, so your brush set is $60. If you purchase these 5 brushes separately, they would be $70. And the brush collection includes the case, and if you order it tonight, you get a free brush cleaner. Okay, so this is your case right here. You can see it pictured. All 5 brushes fit in there very nicely. So this is your case for you. Now, all of our Mary Kay brushes will fit in here. But for $60, you get the case and the full brush set. So you get your all over powder, your cheek brush, and then your 3 eye brushes all fit in here. So that's just on one side. Then you have this side right here where you can put your foundation brush, that mineral powder foundation brush I just got done talking about, this fella right here, and then your lip cream concealer brush, and where's that blending? Your blending brush and your eyebrow eyeliner. And we're going to talk about the full set. So this would be your full set right here. All of your brushes fit in this case. Boom. So if you need to do your makeup on the go, you're traveling, throw this in, you have all your brushes. I mean, come on, how fantastic is that? Okay, so let's go back and talk about this again. So you're going to get the 5 brushes that you saw me talk about all over powder. So let's go there. Actually, let me go to the cheek brush first. Okay, so your cheek brush is this angled cheek, or angled right here, so you get perfect placement. You can use it for highlight and contour. Use the very tip right there to apply that and then blend it out. I personally like to use the blending brush better. I just like it. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of color right here on my cheek brush. The longest part goes closest to your nose, and it makes it so simple. Again, longest part right there goes closest to my nose. Back and forth right there. Boom. Now, if you're like me, a little tip, because I'm very, very blind when I take my glasses off, I put these little, you can get them at the Dollar Tree, these little blingy ribbons. I put these on my brushes. So when I am blind, putting on my makeup, I can see, I just know. I know this pink is my cheek brush. And so I can see that from far away. And I'm like, okay, cheek brush, got it. This one is the all over powder or all over eyeshadow brush. Got it, the gold one. I used to have a green one. I don't know what happened to it. But anyways, so that's a little tip. If you're blind like I am, put these little things on your brushes and then you can see which is your brush when you're going to put your makeup on. All right, so that's your cheek brush. You can get it separately. I want to say it's $14, but like I said before, if you get all 5 of those brushes for $60, you're getting the case for free and a brush cleaner for free. And that will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries into the Sold Queen drawing. So go ahead and comment sold for your essential brush collection. All right, so now let's talk about those eye brushes over here. And then we'll talk about the all over powder. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my eye makeup using the 3 eye brushes that come in that essential brush collection. I'm going to start off with my all over shadow brush. And it's called all over shadow brush because that's really what you want to use it for. It's for your first color, which is your lightest color. I don't know why I'm trying to do this without a mirror. Which is your lightest color, which, you know, there's lots of different ways of putting your eye makeup on. But just generally speaking, for a kind of a good go-to way to apply, you're going to put that lightest color on all over. You always kind of want to make sure it's a little bit more heavier in the inner corner of your eye and underneath your eyebrow. So boom, really simple. Now I'm going to stick with this brush. I'm going to put my next color on, which I'm using again, the green hazel eyes look. And this is the Dusty Rose, I believe it's called, Dusty Rose. And I'm going to put that on my eyelid. And since it's a lighter color and I'm wanting to put it on a larger space, I can still keep with this brush because that's what this brush is for. It's for putting a lot of color on a big space quickly. All right, so that's your all over eye color brush. And again, got my paper towel right here. As soon as I get done with it, a few squirts, back and forth, clean it off, and then stick it back in and it's good to go the next time around. All right, now I'm going to switch over to this eye smudger. Anytime you're using a darker color, you want to have a smaller brush. And so now I'm getting into that Sunlit Rose. And I'm going to put that right above my crease. And that's got a little shimmer to it. And it's just going to kind of give that dusty pink a little pop. And then the Sunlit Rose isn't necessarily a darker color as much as I want to put it in a specific area. So the smaller the brush, the more control over the color that you have. Okay. And now I'm going to go over here to my angled brush. I love this. The crease brush is what they call it. The angled crease brush. And I'm going to get the Merlot. All right, so now this is a deposit brush, not a blending brush. You're going to deposit the color with this brush. We're going to blend it with a different brush. So I'm going to use that angle, that just like our cheek brush had an angle, I'm going to use this angle right out here in the outer corner and apply that in there. I'm going to do it on both eyes and then I can blend. Well, the rain is coming down. Who likes to sleep when it's rainy? Is that relaxing to anybody else when it's rainy? All right, I'm going to clean that up real quick. Now, you can use your smudger that comes in there to blend. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to blend it with this. You can use that. Or if you want a really quickly, I don't know, just a brush that does the job a little bit easier. And I think it's like 14, maybe 12 to add. You're going to want to add to your brush set this beautiful blending brush. Woo, it's so beautiful. Check out the difference between this and the smudger. Again, the smudger is really good for applying. Look how the difference of that. This blender, anytime you have an oval brush like this, it's a blender. Now the tip to this brush is hold it at the very end. You don't want to hold this up here because then your hand is doing all the work. Hold it back here and let those beautiful bristles do the work. It's like that commercial, beautiful beans, right? The dog, baked beans, I can't remember. Anyways, let those beautiful bristles do the work and just really brush that out and give you that smoky look to your eye. Boom. There you go. There you have it. Now we're going to come in here, clean up any fallout. We're going to do our translucent powder. This is your no filter needed right here. Get a little bit on here. This will last you forever and ever. Nice little brush of color. With that, it's going to make your makeup look absolutely flawless. You're going to see a big difference when you take pictures. Again, watch last Thursday's party. We talked a lot about that amazing product. And then I'm going to use a different one. Oops, where'd it go? Right here. You want to have two different ones for this because now this one we're going to use for the bronzer to give me a little bit of a sun-kissed look. Warm up my skin tone. Just going to give you that finished look. You know, when you look at people and you're like, wow, their makeup looks really nice. It's because they do these last few finishing steps that really makes a difference and makes it look like they know what they're doing and their makeup looks professional. There you have it. Boom. So that is your essential brush collection. Comment sold for that bad boy. And get that tonight. It's normally it is $60, but when you're going to order it tonight, you're going to get a free brush cleaner, and of course you get the case that comes with that. So comment sold. And then let's talk about our eyebrow eyeliner brush. This guy has got the spoolie on the end, and then the eyeliner brush right here. Let me go back out and see your comments. Awesome. Yes. Love the bronzer too. So if you are lining with a shadow, you can use this end. Let me make myself bigger here. So if I wanted to go back here with this Merlot and use it as an eyeliner or charcoal or any color, it is the perfect slant right there to go right across and set your eyeliner. And we're going to talk about setting your eyeliner next week. But trust me, this is an amazing brush. You need it. So what we're going to do eyebrows right now, I'm just going to do an eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to use the spoolie. Anytime you do your eyebrows, you want to brush through them first with the spoolie to get any powder out of them, because if there's any powder left in there, it can oxidize, and then it will turn a different color, and you don't want that to happen. So when you're doing your eyebrows, just short feather hair-like strokes to look natural. There we go. And then one more brush through. Just like that. All right, let's get back. Let's talk about how much that guy is, because he does not come in the brush set. It's only $10. Go ahead, comment sold. Y'all need one of these. Y'all need one of these. Comment sold. It's only $10 for your eyebrow eyeliner brush. All right, so if you're like, okay, I just want it all. I want everything you showed me tonight. I need it all. It's $106, and you're going to get the full brush set, which includes those 5 brushes, your cheek brush, all over powder, all over shadow, crease brush, and eye smudger. Then you're going to add that beautiful blender brush. You're going to add the mask applicator. Oh, I didn't put him in here. Let's do that. Where did I put him? Oh, here he is. The mask applicator. You're going to have your spoolie brush. I just got done using your eyeliner eyebrow brush, your liquid foundation brush, the mineral powder brush. And then when you buy your expert brush set, you can choose if you want to get your brush set, or sorry, if you want to get that brush cleaner free, or if you want to get that blending brush that I use for the highlighter and contour right here. So this is everything, all the brushes right here, 106, including that mask applicator, and your choice to get a free blending brush with this or a free brush cleaner for 106. Ladies, go ahead, comment sold. You're going to get a gazillion entries. I don't even know how many that is into our Sold Queen drawing. And you get all these brushes. They fit really great in this case, and you're done with your brushes. And we've taught you how to keep them really clean, and they're going to last you for a long time because you know how to take care of them. So here is all of our Mary Kay brushes. Like I said, the 12 brushes every girl needs. They're all lined out here with prices individually, but I would certainly recommend going ahead and getting your set for $60 and then adding the few that you need. All right. Don't forget our Sold Queen. Every time you purchase product, you're going to get your name on that beautiful spinning wheel, and keep those comments coming in. We'll be back this weekend with 2 Sold Queens and 2 Comment Queens. Have a great night, everyone.